Love to see that, don't we, Tommy?
Love to see it. Great play. It's been a great game so far, really.
It really has.
Yeah,
We're loving this. Obviously not the look we wanted with Sam Brennan getting pulled, but I would say Ford Farrell's doing pretty well here.
Yeah. And, you know, he pitched pretty well up until the end there. Had a good second inning for sure. So.
Yeah, the second inning was by far the best. 2 strikeouts in that one.
And at a certain point, you know, fatigue is just going to set in.
100%.
That's a natural part of the game.
Almost 80 pitches for him. Got to switch him at some point.
Yeah, you could tell on some of those last pitches. I mean, his arm was tired. He was throwing right, throwing left. So.
Yep. Yeah, we did very well.
It's good that he pulled him, I think, at the right time.
Yeah, and you know, Sam looking like a starting pitcher out there for my eyes. You know, Wyatt Kelly's a starter for the Cadets, and he'll start on Thursday at Cheyenne versus the Hawks. But Sam Brennan did very well for sure.
That one hit low.
As Chow will foul down the left baseline.
Yeah, Sam definitely held his own in there for a little bit there, so it's good to see.
Yeah. And he's got an 0-2 count for Ford Farrell. Ford's doing pretty well, huh? How do you think about Ford?
I think he's playing well so far. I mean, he just got on the field, but it's good to see. What are you throwing here, Lucas? This is you.
Probably 100 right down the
middle. Probably a splunker. You know Paul Skeens?
Oh, run.
And Honeywood tries to get under that foul. He'll get it.
There we go. Big play.
And the runners will hold at second and third. Still in scoring position, but the Cadets have managed to hold him out for 2 outs. See if they can get one more here.
Tommy, what's the best pitch you got in your bag?
Wait, what's in your arsenal?
Let's say I'll paint the picture for you. Backyard wiffle ball. You know, you're up on the mound. What are you taking?
Just throwing with the boys.
No, this is
high competition right here.
So World Series type situation.
Yes.
Big competition. You know, that's a great question, Luke. I think for me it's a classic slider. You know, they don't really see it coming. If you can execute it right, it's a good pitch to throw.
Can you show the camera your grip there for us?
Honestly, I have no idea.
This is how I throw the slider.
This, right?
Yeah. Some snake fangs.
Show me how you throw a curveball though.
Like
I'm not
same one.
Ability.
The same way, except see with a slider you're like this, but with a curveball you want that ring finger more into it.
I see.
On the seam.
You know, or Tommy, you can just hit him with one of these right here. Knuckleball that.
Little knuckleball.
Yeah,
you know who likes that pitch is Andy Obringer. That's an Andy Obringer classic.
Andy Obringer classic. You love to see that.
I'm more just kind of go out there.
Straight gas.
You know,
I could see your straight gas.
I'm a straight gas kind of guy, but when the wiffle ball breaks out, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw as hard as I can first pitch, hurt my shoulder, have to sit out. And hey, Lydia, are you still there with us?
Yep, I'm still here.
Lydia, so, you know, over there on the Kadet sideline, what's the news with former starting pitcher Sam Brennan?
You know, Sam's doing a great job. Obviously, he's got a lot of pitches, and this is a really good game, but I think a lot of the momentum is just his teammates helping him out. You know, he's seeing the trainer right now. Looks like getting his arm looked at by the trainer, so hopefully he's okay, and you know, I can see his teammates trying to help him and build him up. He's doing a great job. I think his teammates have been there for him a lot. I could overhear them giving him a lot of encouragement, but yeah, it looks like he's just getting his arm patched up here.
Thank you so much. And as Sam continues to chant that trainer, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Do not go anywhere. We will be back soon.
We've been watching a lot of professional soccer recently so that we can get ready for the girls' upcoming season. It's been great, but there's been a bunch of injuries around the school recently.
Game last night. You guys are looking really good this season.
Down speak.
That should be it.
Oh, my ankle! Oh! 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 I'm not going to be able to go to school for weeks. Oh, my goodness.
So Young, get up. He's fine.
Morning, Joel.
Good morning, Mr. Olsen.
Welcome back as we start off second half of this fourth inning. That was a great commercial there. Lucas, what do you think about that?
Yep, the star of that commercial, Sam Stubing at shortstop for the Cadets, just closed out the top of the inning. The Hawks batting with a nice play from shortstop to get the runner out at first. Love to see that from him. It's a great
Good
play.
catch by Honeywood, too, on that.
Yep.
It's a hard play.
And now we have Santi Graniel starting off the batting for the Cadets.
And
Campbell's
he's
still
got,
on the mound for the Hawks.
This might be an opportunity for the Hawks to get some momentum with 19 at-bats and only a .211 batting average. Hopefully he can make something happen here for the Airbirds.
He's got a 1-2 count, and he'll swing at that one, and it's a K strikeout for Campbell. So that's where the slider really comes in. So that slider comes in for Campbell. I'm not sure if he threw one there, but he needs.
And since Campbell brought in the game, has gotten strikes on half of his pitches, that being 24 pitches, so 12 strikes. But, he's getting close, but no strikeouts yet.
Until that last hitter.
Yeah,
That
right.
was a strikeout.
Yep, that was his first of the game.
Who we have here? Ethan Muchler.
Ethan
up for
Muchler, the
Cadets.
DH, designated hitter. He looks to bunt here, and it'll go foul. Interesting strategy by the Cadets, but no.
Goes Keegan Cornelius getting the ball.
Next up in the batting order gets the ball.
Tommy,
that's how they play
we've
it.
played some backyard wiffle ball at Lucas's house. I've seen you break out the move like you're gonna bunt. You see the pitcher take a little bit off it, then you come back and let it fly.
Wow. That's something I did not know.
Did you patent that? Is that kind of something you've come up with? Did you learn it from Trav? Kind of.
Is that trademarked or?
So I call that one. That's called the Tommy Tiger special, really. And so when I'm playing, it really depends on the count. You don't want to do it at a high count, high strike count. You want to do it early on in the pitches, and it really works. I mean, really. I mean, I would love to see some of these guys out here trying.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
a good move, a classic for sure.
Do you ever set it up with maybe actually taking a few bunts in a row, or to try to lure them into almost a false sense of security?
100%.
Or are you just breaking it out?
100%.
It's
It's a it's a whole game type thing.
As Muchler flies out to left field for the Cadets' second out of the inning. I love that, Tommy. You really should trademark that. If the torpedo bat is legal in the majors, then you really should bring the fake bunt, the Tommy Tiger special.
Who actually did a thing about the torpedo bat is Sam Brennan, who was just pitching out here. Huge article on it. Very interesting stuff.
Yep.
That is very interesting.
So Sam Stubing for the Cadets owns a torpedo bat. Sam, took it for a sec, examined it, and wrote it. Examined the bat. Wrote an article about it.
Called the bat.
Interesting stuff right there.
Sam Brennan.
Still have yet to read it, but
very eloquent writer. This article is available if you just go ask Miss Cross, his language arts teacher. She will give you a great summary, great rendition of the article, or go straight to the man himself, Sam Brennan. I'm sure he'd be love to give it to you, as he was working hard on that this weekend.
Masterful
I bet
editorial.
Sam would love to give it to you. As
very proud of his work, that
Campbell.
guy.
Very proud.
1-2 count for Campbell on the lead batter, Cornelius. See if the Cadets can get something going here.
And Campbell getting up to a pitch count of his own, that being his 36th pitch of the game. Cornelius
A high one
takes
for
that
another
one
ball.
high.
So, Tommy, a tennis player, you've played basketball, you've played soccer in the past.
Yes.
How has that been for you, and how does that, how do you balance your time? You're also the valedictorian of the 2025 class, or, up there for sure. How do you balance your time? How do you find, what's the key to that?
Well, that's a great question, Lucas, and I think the main thing about that is it's all about having a good support system around you. So, good friends, good family to help you out, and also knowing how to time manage and compartmentalizing a little bit. As with all those activities, a lot of hard classes, it's difficult to keep going all the time. But it's important to compartmentalize and know what you have to go after, set goals, things like that.
Well, congratulations. That's very well deserved.
Yeah, no one more deserving. And Tommy, with that, we're going to go ahead and cut to a commercial break. And after that, we're going to get back to all the action here. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you back here in a minute. welcome back from that commercial break. And in case you're just now joining us, we are here with the valedictorian of the 2025 class of Air Academy, Tommy Tiger, 3-sport athlete, captain. This guy does it all.
And I'm also friends with Luke McClellan. That's my biggest accomplishment right there.
I'm friends with Tommy Tiger.
Yep. Thank you.
FCA leader. What else is it?
All well-deserved accolades for sure. You know, works very hard. I just asked him about his methods in the classroom and on the field, on the court.
Yep. Tommy, you know, we have a few classes together. You know, how does it feel, you know, getting valedictorian over some of these people? You see all these girls in our classes, you know, doing color-coordinated notes and highlighting stuff in the book. You know, with that level of commitment, you just kind of show up and ball out.
No offense, Tommy. You got some of the messiest handwriting I've ever seen, but somehow you still managed to do it day in and day out. Yeah, I mean, only you can read those notes, but you read them for sure.
That's true. You know, that's a great point,
That
fellas.
might be a strategy. Keep this information as a foul ball is hit.
I'm all about traditionality, you know, and so being able to write regularly with a pencil or a regular pen rather than the color notes can really be distracting sometimes, and I find that in a lot of my classmates.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I just think it's about traditionality and doing that sort of stuff.
Just good old-fashioned hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you know, I saw this quote the other day, and it said, "If you study, then you don't trust your ability to perform in the clutch." And I've been really taking that one to heart recently, and it's helped me a lot this year to get the best grades, have the best performances in the classroom as possible.
Yeah,
So
right.
to all the people watching, I'd really take that one to heart.
Yeah, so just to clarify, Tom, you are urging the viewers at home not to study. I do like that. I'm a fan of that.
Well, Luke, let me
sounds
clarify.
like you might be trying to keep your record of like your
I,
GPAs and
It's not about
this
not studying.
sabotaging
It's
condition?
about being able to be a clutch player and a big-time performer.
Tommy, you know, I have another question for you based on a test. This is something that I've adopted. If I'm taking a test, I will never once go back and check my answers because I am a firm believer that if I didn't know it then, I didn't know it. You know, I'm not gonna know it now. Anyways, Tommy,
Let's get back in this game.
Yeah.
Reichert, the lead batter for the Hawks, strikes out Ford Farrell with a few good pitches there from the lefty. Jansen Roberts back up for the Hawks. His third at-bat, a 2 RBI home run in the first inning. See if Ford can put him away.
Oh, man.
He's dinked by the pitch. Roberts will take his base. Didn't look to hit him there, but
A little bit of mystery. A little bit of mystery. But is that really the worst thing at this point in the game? I mean, Jansen Roberts, huge hitter, obviously hit a home run early in this game, so he's just a dangerous hitter. Maybe a guy that you might want to intentionally walk.
Gotta take the good with the bad, I said. As Glad hits one foul.
Swings on the first pitch.
On that one, though.
Off the first base line. Glad, also a great batter, along with Roberts.
As Glad comes up.
Another ball from Farrell.
Is that a 1-1 count?
Yep.
I believe so.
1-1. With one out for the Cadets after that beautiful strikeout by Ford Farrell. Playing really well. Yep, got him to swing there.
What are you thinking here if you're Glad on this one? You swinging?
If I'm, you know, the batter right now, first and foremost, I'm trying to hit the ball. If it would have been a
fair
strike, and if it's not going to be a strike, you know, would be a ball, I'm going to let it be a ball, and I hope the ump gives me that call. So.
Well, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
Yep, and I'm really just trying to. Right now, you know, you're starting to steal some more momentum back. You know, I'm trying to go yard if I'm Glad right here, but they might not even have the opportunity as number 5 for the Mountain Hawks.
Jansen Roberts.
Steals second. Yep.
And yeah, just a high pitch from Ford there. Sullivan couldn't really get a grab on it. Unfortunate, but you know that's how it is sometimes. Ford just needs to bring his pitch down.
Just reset here. Still 2-2.
Nice pitch there from Ford. Gets him a swing, but Glad gets a piece of it. Stays alive. 2-2 count here.
You know, Tommy, one of the things that is such a difference between baseball and other sports is you have so much time in between plays to potentially get in your own head. I know,
100%.
you know, for basketball, it's so up and down that you know you might not find yourself even having the time, you know, get in your own head. But
for sure,
not the case here.
You know, I think that That shows to the mentality and how strong mentally these baseball players have to be. I mean, you make one mistake and then you're sitting for a while. So you got to stay strong, not get in your head.
Yep, as another foul ball.
By Glad stays alive. Somehow, full count. Keeps fouling him off.
It's a big moment in this game right here.
Yep,
Yeah, this will definitely come up in the clutch. They get another out, build momentum, or just Glad prevail and take his base, get Roberts to third in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean the Hawks kind of having the momentum a little bit right now. If the Kadets want to turn this game back in their favor like it was in the early stages, gonna need to turn this thing around with some good pitching.
Yep, not a huge batting inning last time around for the Kadets.
More than half of all the runs scored this game came in the first inning alone as a high ball is hit foul. Hopefully
Another
Honeywood
foul
can
by
get
Glad.
there.
It's out.
We'll go over the fence. Yep, little slow going here. In these last few innings, the early innings were definitely the most exciting.
100%.
As well as, last one for the Hawks, where they took the lead. And Glad still with a full count, 1 out for the Kadets. See if Ford can turn this around here. Like you said, big turning point for momentum.
Huge. And now he's a little bit.
Some would even say
unfortunately.
massive.
Massive, a very massive turning point in this game.
Well,
Hopefully this pitch isn't low.
you know what else is massive?
Looking back.
Hopefully
I do
not.
know what else. Yeah, Ninja once told me. Ninja Tyler Blevins. Great guy, really.
Yeah. We met him.
Huge pitch here.
And the Hawks seem to have found their
Huge
There we go.
strikeout.
from
Ford Farrell.
And, right as the Hawks seem to find their voice again to be able to chirp, Ford silences them there.
Needs to keep Roberts on base here, but Schofield is a big hitter, so
Yeah, big
Literally
lefty can
and
definitely pull it.
figuratively.
another turning point in this game. 5th inning.
Lefty
K.
batter,
It's a
lefty
strike.
pitcher.
K.
It's a strike.
Big K.
This is a great angle for Ford here.
Schofield, more like Skodets. Give me knucks on that one, Tommy.
Not your best, but we'll give it to you.
I've been sitting on that one since the first inning.
So Schofield with a 0-1 count. Starting off a strike.
Don't worry, I thought of another one. Hopefully we can.
We love your jokes, Luke.
I'm glad
And he'll
someone
get
Big time
Schofield to
K.
swing.
Strike.
Wow. There you go.
0-2. 0-2.
Hope he gets another
This
strike
one's
out
in
here.
Ford's hands. Hopefully he
Farrell,
can keep
yeah,
it here.
Farrell right on the cusp. On the edge. And
Pop
Schofield,
fly.
yep, pop fly to the infield. Sam Stubing
Sam
Stubing,
what a
there we
call
go,
by
big
Sam
time.
Stubing.
Schofield.
Calls Forzan off of it. Could get messy there, but great communication by the
That's great from
Cadets.
Sam. Hey, Tommy. Schofield, more like go back to the dugout.
That's right.
There you go.
Maybe
Love it,
even
love
a
it,
Sco-
love it.
That's
maybe
what I
even a
was looking
Sco
And with
Dets in there,
that,
Luke.
we'll go to another commercial break.
There we go. now we're rolling.
Great
That's
job.
what we like to see.
Hey Ryan, what are you working on?
My highlight reel.
Can I see it?
Yes.
And welcome back from that commercial break as Campbell starts off this with a strike.
Forzan up to bat. And with
Okay.
that, we will say goodbye to Tommy Targert. It's been fun.
Thanks for having
Thanks-
me on, fellas.
thanks for
Appreciate
coming,
you
dude.
guys.
As-
Skodets, guys. Skodets.
You know,
Skodets indeed. Forzan on base.
Go, Kenny.
go, Kenny.
Let's go, Kenny.
And now,
So Forzon gets a grounder kind of through the second first base gap. Gets by the second base. He will be on first. Good start here for the Cadets as Hendrickson takes the plate.
yep, and Hendrickson already had a great game so far. Let's see if he can keep that rolling.
2 RBIs already for Hendrickson in his 1 hit. Campbell will throw one in the dirt. Messy pitch there.
Yep, and Hendrickson with a 1-0 count.
Cadets getting loud here after that base hit by Forzan. Nice
solid
crack. Oh, but it goes to the right fielder. It makes a nice hustle play to get in there.
Now batting number 6, Logan Sullivan.
Great hit by Hendrickson. A little too much air on it. If it's not going to go that far.
Yeah, but I mean, the sound of the bat, I mean, there's nothing much like it in sports.
Sullivan up now, the lefty. The 4-3.
And now bring on our last guest of the day, Kaylee Scott. She is in student council with me, actually. She's on the prom committee here. And for those viewers at home maybe unsure about anything with prom, she's going to fill us in on some of those details. So, Kaylee, what do the Cadets need to know about prom coming up?
Prom is at Spruce Mountain Lodge. Oh, and it's 6:30 to 10. And it's by Palmer Lake.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great venue
what about,
there.
What's going on with after prom?
We have Dart Wars. That is.
Wow, nice play
Dart
there.
Wars. You know, that sounds like it's going to be really fun as, who is that? I'm having a hard time seeing that. Looks like Kenny Forzan.
So Forzan gets the third on an error by the second baseman.
Yeah, so what's the theme of this year's prom, Kaylee?
Wildflowers.
Wildflowers. That's
one word. Nice. One word.
Yeah.
It says a lot in that one word.
yeah.
It's like in full bloom. That's
in
like
full
There you go.
bloom.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
That's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be really
Sullivan takes
fun
the base.
time. Yep.
Forzan in scoring position. Sullivan on the other side of the field at first, and Sam Steubing up to bat. Okay, how are you enjoying this game so far?
It's pretty good. It's intense.
Yeah, it is. That saying it lightly.
Yeah. It's been good, Kaylee. You know, you are on the prom committee, correct, for student council?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's it been like that, having to set up prom? Has it been stressful? Has it been pretty straightforward? What's it been like?
The venue kind of plans for itself, so it's not as stressful, but there's certain things that we have to get done pretty fast to get ready.
Like what?
Decorations. We have a balloon arch coming, so it's going to drop balloons and stuff, which is pretty neat.
If you know
That's
me,
awesome.
you know I love a good balloon arch, so
Yeah, you do.
can't beat it. Hard to beat a good balloon
It's a
arch.
staple in every prom, homecoming. You know, grad parties have them.
Yeah.
Love balloon arches. It's just a great thing. Underrated, I would say.
Very underrated. Maybe a top
Really-
3 arch all time, if I had to guess. But
Maybe top 5 decoration as well.
I'd say
Love that we have that at our prom. You said a balloon drop as well?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that also is good.
Yeah. Balloons usually known for staying in the air, so it's going to be interesting getting that contrast of them dropping. You know, that's going to be fun. Something
We'll
you don't
see if the
every day.
balloons are filled with regular air, then they will drop, but due to gravity. But if they're filled with helium, then they will float.
I see.
That's how that works, kind of.
Speaking of floaters, let's see if Sam Steubing can get this one. And that will...
A wild pitch, Campbell, and Logan Sullivan will take it to second. There we go. That's really what we want to see if you're the Cadets. Steubing with a 1-1 count, and both runners on this left side of the field, second and third base. So what more can you tell us about prom? When is it? You know, what kind of events can we expect in prom?
It is April 19th, and there's no tickets sold at the door as well, so that's a big thing. And if you're bringing a guest, they need to make sure they have their guest passes returned.
Wow. Okay, sorry to interrupt you there, Kaylee. Sam Stubing, center field triple. That's really all you need to know.
Almost
electric.
Almost infield home run. Almost, but that is something right there from Sam Stubing.
Kid's got wheels on him and can hit the ball really, really far. 2 RBIs for the Kadets, and they take the lead 4-5.
That is something right there, folks. And now, I mean, who else would you want to try to get Sam Stubing home other than Honeywood? No one.
That is their correct answer there.
You
As
know,
Campbell throws a breaking ball that goes just a little low.
if you ask me who would definitely get a hit, I'd probably say Honeywood.
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 Love the fun with the last name. Nux for you there, Luke.
There we go.
All right, excuse me. So you said guest passes for prom need to be in when?
By tomorrow.
Ooh. So I actually need to get mine in then.
Yeah. There also will be drinks that are being supported there too. Desserts.
Awesome.
What kind of desserts?
A lot of pastries.
I'll be there.
Say
Fine.
no more.
You don't have to twist my arm. I'll go.
Luke,
Lots of
big
pastries,
dessert
and
guy.
Decca's providing
Big
3
dessert
drinks
guy
for
right here.
prom as well.
There you go.
There we go.
Excellent. Thank you, Decca. Thank you, student council, for setting that up.
Yeah.
Love a good assortment at prom.
You know, I am in student council myself.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm more in it just for the assemblies. I got approached last year around this time. They pretty much just said, "Hey, will you do these?" And I was like, "Yeah." And now here we are. So pretty good turnaround as
There we go.
Honeywood gets Sam Stubing home.
RBI single for Honeywood. Sam
did I
Stubing
say?
scores. 6-4 Kadets.
What did I
Taking
say?
this back. Quick swing of momentum.
Who's gonna get Sam home? Who would get Sam home?
Honeywood.
Honeywood.
And he did.
And Honey did.
Now David Luden Jr. up at the plate.
Hopefully,
And they'll talk to Campbell on the mound. Maybe bring in-
D-Stretch looks to stretch this lead for the Kadets here. You know, Kaylee, as we still got you here, you know, is there just anything last second, anything you can think of the fans at home should know?
Drive safe. It's a really dark place. There's no like lights and stuff. So there's no natural lights or anything like that. So
Thank you,
be
we
careful
appreciate
on the
that.
roads going down to the venue.
That's great.
Of course I
And
will.
Have fun.
And have fun. I'm glad you
Thank
slipped
you so
that in.
much.
I was planning on not having fun too. So, that is a very important detail that sometimes you get lost to it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but don't juniors have to stay to clean up prom and student council?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's.
true.
And you're a junior, right? So
Yeah,
you'll be. Well,
kinda
thank you.
pain.
Thank you for your hard work and cleaning up prom. Next year you'll catch a break, obviously. But
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know. Tough work.
I won't be there. I'll be gone. I will not be cleaning up prom.
Oh, yeah.
all right. And
Third pitcher for the Hawks.
who is this now? Who can it be? Getting some warm-up pitches. Can't really see jersey number 12.
And
Rossau in the
he's-
student section. He's warming up,
Rossau.
throwing some
He's already
iffy
getting
pitches.
chirped in
Already
warm-ups.
getting chirped by the student section.
You know, Kaylee,
It's rough
if
out
this,
here.
If this tradition and kind of trend continue with the Cheyenne Mountain pitchers, they might ask you to get out on the mound at this point.
Yeah. I actually
Um,
probably could beat them all, so I'm not too worried.
I mean,
Well,
at
maybe
this
they
point,
should. Maybe they should hit you up. It
Yeah.
really looks like it.
I had a
Rossell, the
softball
junior.
career, so it makes sense, you know.
Oh yeah.
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 What position do you play in softball?
I don't know. It was a long time ago. you
Oh,
know.
well there you go.
I don't know if I played or I just thought I played, so I think I just thought I played. I was just out there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, what was your team name? Do you happen to be on the Rockies like Luke and Will?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Another Rockies named.
Yep. And see, I think Tommy also played for some variation of the Rockies.
Must have.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty popular team.
Yeah. But here, let's pull up this guy's name.
All right,
again.
Kaylee, we can let you go now.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you so much for all your
Of
information. We really
course.
appreciate you, and we'll see you at prom next Saturday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Rossell done with his warm-up, ready to face David Luda Jr. D lifts, ready to go yard. No cadets on, or sorry, excuse me, one cadet on base.
D lift. As
Can't really tell who's on base right now, but we got a runner at first for the cadets, and Luna looks to bring him in. A low strike for the new pitcher Rosso.
what number is that?
Number 12.
Number 12.
And another low strike for Rosso. Rosso with 2 appearances total this season. He's got a 1.75 earned run average. Pretty good from him with only 2 appearances. As Luna through the gap.
Able to get that through Colton Johnson.
And Luna will stay at first with a single. And
17, I believe that is for the Cadets.
No, Luna 17 on first. And if I'm not mistaken, I did see 11 on that jersey. Wyatt Kelly, the starting pitcher for the Cadets, is out running for Air Academy in scoring position. So now Bremenkov, the sophomore on this varsity Cadet squad, will get up to bat. Bremenkov, 9 at-bats. And, has a 2.22 average. So pretty good for... Yep, as Rossau.
Pardon me, Rossau.
And Bremenkov right in the same spot that David Luna just hit, as Luna will go to third. Wow, what a throw. Wow. And he's...
Wow, almost a double play there by number 5.
Kelly will come in to score, and that makes the score 4-7 Cadets. But Luna is tagged out at third by Jansen Roberts. Excellent throw there by the right fielder.
And this is number 22 for the Cadets.
Another sophomore.
Kelly.
Looking to tally his first hit on the varsity squad. Got 3 at-bats, but a 0-0-0 record here. And he takes a strike low.
Yep.
2 outs for the Hawks. And he'll take another outside strike. Rosso, 0-2 count on Zach Kelly. Way outside. That's Glad. A little bit of a wild pitch outside. But picks off Bremenkov on first base after the lead.
Well, that's definitely a comp. That's a little bit of a problem there for Bremenkov. As the Cadets look to take the mound again.
On defense, Ford Farrell out there again to pitch.
And
been going very well.
Before Ford takes the mound, we are going to throw you to a commercial break, and we will be back. Do not go anywhere.
Hey, Will. Use my razor? No. Really? No. Micah? Not me, not me. So nobody touched my razor? Hair just got here all by itself? What's up, man? Alright.
Welcome back, Cadets. Faithful, we are here as Ford Farrell looks to take the mound and hopefully keep the Hawks from growing their point total past 4, or their runs total rather. Lydia, you're with the Air Academy dugout, correct?
Yes, Air Academy. And do a lot of them to that big hit by Sam Dubing. You can see me and Leah here watching them encourage each other.
think we're.
That's
we're
great to
happy
hear, Lydia. You know,
cut out
kind of.
a
I
little
heard
bit.
I heard the words encourage and positivity and energy. That goes really well with how the Cadets want to play. I saw that from Sam Stubing after that big hit.
Moon ball coming
As
up.
Johnson, fly out.
Should be an easy out for the Cadets, and
Henderson comes in. And there's number one for the Cadets.
And that is
Johnson there with the fly out.
Johnson with the out.
Downs comes up to bat.
Yep. Lydia, what is it like? What's the energy like surrounding and supporting this relatively younger and relatively less experienced pitcher, Ford Farrell? What's the team like? What's the team doing to make sure he feels encouraged?
They're doing a lot of encouraging. We're watching number 7, number 3, a lot of the guys talking to him before he goes out there and just bringing him in and telling him pointers and just telling him what he can do. But also just giving him encouragement. You can see how much the team means to each other and just giving him some really good pointers and telling him what he's got to do out there.
Yep, that is great. Thank you so much, Lydia. And I'm sure we'll be checking in with you here shortly.
Thanks, Lydia.
Thank you, Lydia. Yeah.
You were kind of harping on that earlier. She mentioned number 3, Kenny Forzan, and 7, Hendrickson, kind of helping out Ford Farrell, the relatively inexperienced pitcher. Those older guys, they've been playing baseball for a long, long time. You'd love to see them, giving their mentorship to young Ford.
And that's something that I think we do a pretty good job on the lacrosse team. We're older guys. Me and Luke is pretty experienced, 4-year starters, and that's something that having a younger team. We try to give them as many pointers as we can, try to help kind of usher him into a more dominant role on the team, and to see that culture mimicked on the diamond, that's great. That's really something. As Sam with a simple
Sam Stubing with a simple error, and Doyle will get to first, single. Could be worse, could be better. Unfortunate for Sam Stubing there at short, but I know he'll bounce back from that one.
That's part of the game. Mistakes are going to happen.
And like we were saying,
that's something you can't control, but you can't control how you respond, though.
Like we were saying, these are great conditions out here, which means the grounders are fast, and they'll jump at you. So Sam Stubing not really expecting that bounce from the ball. Kind of just goes under his glove. But Cadets still in good position. 2 outs on the inning, and a ball on Chow from Ford. And a high ball. Hearing settle down 8, you're good.
Encouragement.
Love that.
From the Cadet faithful with a 2-2 count.
He does seem settled, though, I will say.
And that
There's
will
a
be
strike.
A strike.
2-1 count on Chow.
On that 2-1 count. Foul
As
ball
he
hit.
fouls one off the first base line. 2-2 count. Let's see if Chow can stay alive here and kind of bring some momentum to the Hawks side. I know Tommy Tiger was really talking about that. There's these points in the game where you can just tell there's a lot of momentum. Chow gets a hit here. It's a lot of energy for the Hawks bench. As Ford telegraphs the throw to first, it can't pick him off. So see, inning change coming up possibly for the Cadets, knock on wood.
And now we got a full count.
Now it'll be outside for Ford Farrell. And this moment, this turning point here, even larger than the first.
Yeah, this is huge for the Cadets. If they can get this out here and really build on that 7-4 lead as ball going to Stubing. It's the easy out.
There you go. See, Sam Stubing, error in that inning. Couldn't pick up the ball, but throws it to first.
To
Chow out.
Say, Chow. See you later, alligator. And looks like Cadets.
Excellent inning pitched by Ford Farrell there. I'm very impressed with this young stud.
I think stud is a very apt term, and the Cheyenne Mountain Hawks seems a little miffed, as we get that out there, and I think we are going to toss to commercial here halfway through this 6th inning. So don't go anywhere. We will see you back here soon.
Man, I freaking love Kadet tea.
I know, right? Same. I should name my first kid Kadet tea.
Every day, I'm out there, collecting the finest ingredients. Every day, I'm in the lab, perfecting my recipe.
Bypass the seed and go straight into production.
Every day, they disrespect me by calling it Kadet tea.
Hey man, can I have a drink of that KT? What are you talking about?
Welcome back to this exciting baseball game between the Air Academy Cadets and the Cheyenne Mountain Hawks. Currently 7-4 Cadets after a lot of action in the past few innings for the Cadets, and some innings also well pitched by Ford Farrell, the relief pitcher for the Cadets, just a junior, taking over for Sam Brennan, who did such a good job starting. Let's see what the Cadets can get done here on offense. Zach Kelly up against the pitcher Rosso. Kelly, high fly over to left field. He should get under this one, and does. So first out for the Cadets, and they will reset the batting lineup with Keegan Cornelius.
Looks like there are some departures from our student section as members of the men's lacrosse team make their way to practice.
But you wouldn't even know it if you were just listening. They're still very loud, still very into this game.
Very proud.
Those staying are definitely, high in spirit. And Cornelius almost bunts one, gets it at the end of the bat. They'll be safe.
And a kind of just a miscommunication there from Rosso and
Johnson over there on second.
Of who's going to get that ball.
And Keegan Cornelius kind of just off the end of the bat makes his way to first.
Yep. And that's one of those ones where you're going back into the dugout eventually and they go, hey, you meant to do that, right? Yeah, I
exactly.
meant to do that. Yeah, exactly. That's
talking to the first base coach over there like, nice job, Keegan.
Just how me and Coach
drew
it up, But
that's Kenny Forzon up now for the Cadets. Inside strike by Rosso.
Strike, that one.
Looked a little inside, but obviously the umpire in his zone for sure. And he'll foul one off over the Cheyenne dugout, over to the grass field.
We got an 0-2 count right now for the Hawks, for Rosso, who seems to be settling into this game, finding his groove for sure.
2 strikes on Kenny Forzon. And that one will be outside, and Keegan will look for the steal, and he's out. Nice little pick by Glad.
Second out for the Hawks.
Something that's hard to come by for this Cadet team is those steals, as Glad is very quick pop time, very good thrower over to second base. They've gotten a few, but they've also lost a few there as well.
Yeah, I think they got 1 or 2 early in the game. Might have, maybe Glad expected them not to be trying to steal much. And
another exciting play. Jansen Roberts been doing it all game.
Playing
jumping catch.
Gourd right now.
Almost an Odell from Jansen Roberts. Playing very well over at third base. They're pulling it right at him, and he's covering everything.
That might be one of the ones where you want to hit to anybody else onto the field, right? Like
right.
Make somebody else make a play. And
had a few nifty grabs over there at third.
Here as Ford Farrell takes the mound, we're going to cut to a commercial break here. Please, again, do not go anywhere. Grab your snack, do whatever, and we'll see you back here shortly.
We've been watching a lot of professional soccer recently so that we can get ready for the girls' upcoming season. It's been great, but there's been a bunch of injuries around the school recently.
Game last night. You guys are looking really good this season. I should be at.
Oh, my ankle! Oh! 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 I'm not gonna be able to go to school for weeks. Oh my goodness!
So young, get up.
He's fine.
Morning, Joel.
Good evening, Mr. Olsen.
Welcome back as we look to close out this last inning here on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. You know, there's still, you know, potential for the Mountain Hawks to come back here. You know, only down 3 runs. We saw 3 runs get scored total in about the first 3 minutes of the game. So, you know, anything can happen here. It's anybody's ball game still. Let's see if the younger, more inexperienced Ford Farrell can close this one out for the Airbirds, though.
Last inning here, last inning of action. Last chance for the Hawks, you know, to get themselves going. 3 runs needed to tie, 4 to win it. And still then the Kadets are up to bat if they do manage to get that amount of runs.
Definitely last chance for the Hawks to, you know, get going, you know.
So O'Hearn up now for the Hawks.
Mike O'Hearn, Will Rodney's favorite bodybuilder. That's
Made me think a lot of that.
Just something there.
So a funny dude on it on Instagram Reels there.
Yep, and Farrell just threw his 40th pitch of the day as that one is fouled.
Almost looking unfazed, though. You wouldn't be able to tell he's thrown that many pitches in the second half of this game.
And you can tell he's hungry. He wants it. He wants to prove why he should be given more time on the diamond for sure. As a high one is hit out.
Cornelius, a sliding grab. Very, very nice. And good communication still there by the Kadets. Sam Stubing, you know, sprinting in to try to get that one. Cornelius calls him off with the sliding grab. Love to see it. And there's one down for the Kadets.
Does almost a front flip over Cornelius to try to get out of the way.
That's the energy you love to see, even at the end of the game, from the Kadets.
You know, that one might have been the nail in the coffin. You know, you get an opportunity, that one might to go yard, but no, it stays in. Isn't able to get the airtime, and
wild
it's a big
pitch,
out.
and Sullivan gets under it for a ball from Ford Farrell as Reichert resets the batting order for the Hawks. Reichert goes yard in center field. And it goes right behind Hendrickson. Staying in. And Reichert with the double.
That's fine. You know,
that's something that, you know, as the lead batter in the order, you know, Farrell can give up. Nothing more than that can you really give up, though, I would say. You know, Jansen Roberts, if he gets that kind of a pitch, he's going yard. It's out.
Yep.
You know, no question about that.
So let's see here. You know, is this maybe an intentional walk? Like, what do you think the mindset is here going?
Honestly, an intentional walk, I would not be surprised. This is very dangerous, I would say. You know,
keep it away
Hawks.
from the middle of the
Hawks.
strike
If the
zone.
Hawks have a 2-run homer, even, you know, bring a guy into scoring position, they've got a lot of momentum going their way with only 1 out in the inning.
I feel like if you're forward right now, you're either
And
not
looks
doing that,
almost
but
two
maybe
intentionally walk, high ball.
maybe try to you know, buzz a corner or throw a ball, right? Like,
right.
You know, don't, you know, I don't think you really want to dance at the middle of the strike zone right now, especially with Roberts up the bat.
Jansen elects not to swing at a high strike. 1-1 count now. Reichert still on second base. You can definitely tell the outfield. You know, Reichert hits that one over the head of Hendrickson. Jansen, nice pull. It's over the fence. Almost too easy for Jansen Roberts.
I think that one might
into right field.
That one might have gone into the girls' lacrosse game as the Hawks cut their lead, or cut the Kadets' lead down to 1 with 1 out.
Jansen's second homer of the game, second 2-run homer of the game, off of 2 different pitchers.
Yep.
This kid is I can't stress enough. This kid is a great player. Both sides of the ball. Made some excellent grabs over at third base, and now 2 homers in the game with a few RBIs to go along with it.
Yeah. Now Airbirds huddle on the mound.
1 out still for the Cadets as they look to finish this game out. My apologies. Seems to be at the top of the 6th inning.
Ford takes a bow.
They'll bring in a relief pitcher now.
He threw close to 50 pitches this game and was able to hold his own.
Very impressed with Ford Farrell here as number 9, Gage Learman will take the mound.
Coming in to pitch for the Cadets, number 9, Gage Lehrman.
Heard a lot of good things about Learman. Not, you know, obviously not really expected to pitch today if Brennan and Farrell could really hold their own, but they elect to bring him in as the finisher for the Cadets. I'm really liking this move by the Cadets. You know, Ford wasn't necessarily burned out, but he was definitely getting there.
Yeah. And that's great, you know. And one opportunity here, you know, some of these batters, Glad has played a full game, and this is Learman's first action. So you're getting up a fresh guy, you know, really with nothing to lose. He's just going out there, you know, showing the coaches what he's got, showing the fans, showing himself, showing his teammates what he's got. And you got Glad, right? He's the guy in this situation, kind of with everything to lose, game on the line, you know, one of their star players. So, you know, definitely two-sided story, and I guess we'll just get to see who comes out on top.
And we've been talking about these turning points of momentum all game, and I would say we're definitely witnessing one here with Learman on the mound. You know, let's see if he can throw some strikes, get some strikeouts, you know, force some bad pitching, or bad hitting from the Hawks, or, you know, will the Hawks prevail and, you know, get some runs off of Learman here in this top of the 6th.
Yeah, for sure. And Learman's warm-up looks to be over as he looks to show his stuff.
Glad, the catcher for the Hawks, very impressive catching skills as well as batting from Nate Glad, and we'll see what he can do here against the fresh arm of Gage Learman. 1 out for the Cadets, still on the board. And Learman throws a low ball.
That's fine. I mean, he's got some good velo behind that pitch for sure. It's just
Yeah,
a
you can
matter
tell.
of putting it in
It's
the
going
corner.
fast.
That one
And
high.
a high.
So he's got 1 low, 1 high with a 2-0 count. Let's see.
That one looked like it could have gone for a strike,
If he
and
can
the
find
umpire
a-
does not think so.
Let's see if he can find the happy medium there. 1 high, 1 low. That
And
one
there's
right
the happy
down
medium.
the middle.
2-1 count for Gage Learman against Nate Glad.
Oh, this is shaping
Nobody
up.
on base for the Hawks quite
Shaping
yet.
up to be a potential storybook ending here as one
As
foul
Glad
comes back into play.
fast
right
one
over
into the
Logan.
fence. 2-2.
Cheyenne parent with some helpful commentary. Throw a strike, kid. I'm sure he hadn't thought of that at this point. You might have just given the Airbirds an advantage in this one.
And Glad will foul
Foul.
another one off the first base line over to the fence.
And Glad looks to go shopping in this one. Window dressing.
And another high ball for
Ball
Learman.
there. Looks like
Full
we got a
count
full
now.
Count. Game comes down almost to this one.
Very intense momentum here. And Glad will hit a
Good ball.
fly. Foul. See if Kenny Forzon can get under it, and he can't.
Looks like that might have
Hit a
just
senior,
my-
a car in the senior spot.
Hopefully that didn't hit my 2016 Dodge Durango. I'd be friggin' miffed if that happened. I'll tell you that for free.
With that, regardless of whose car that hit, Glad stays alive with a full count. And let's see if Learman, with a few pitches under his belt, can put Glad away. And another foul. Stays alive, Glad. These batters really get on hot streaks of fouls. You know, they're swinging. They don't want to strike out, right? And so they're making contact, not quite getting all of it. So
Looks like
a lot of
right
fouls
now,
happened, a lot of staying alive.
Looks like right now Glad is just swinging not to miss, you know, rather than trying to swing and to connect, right? It's kind of a shifted mindset there, kind of a little more tense. Hopefully he can relax in this one.
And he swings. Strikeout by Gage Learman. Those fresh arms really worked well for the Cadets, as we thought they would.
What truck?
It's long Henry's.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell him.
Sorry, there an interruption as Charlie Schofield. Charlie Schofield hits it right to the second baseman. And an error there by Honeywood. Schofield rounds first. Honeywood chased the ball, and Schofield with a double for the Hawks. Low ball there by, looks to be Gavin Bremenkampf. Gavin Bremenkampf there at second base.
Coach, there's one more out. Coach, there's one more out. Once the game's over, we'll get it. Just in a second, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, there we're cross-practice right next door, having some complications, but nothing for you guys to worry about.
They will go talk to Learman here. Schofield will be at second with 2 outs for the Cadets. Really building momentum here for the Hawks, but there's still a lot of room for the Cadets to put the next batter Johnson away and, you know, to get another at-bat going.
Yep, and with one guy on base here, you know, this is a potential storybook ending for the Hawks if they could get one to go yard. And, you know, same side of the book. Either way, it's gonna be a great ending here, right? It's gonna be absolutely exhilarating, simulating even. This angle will be let's see here. Learman checking second.
Learman.
Strike for Learman.
0-1 count for Johnson, the new batter up, with Schofield on second. Another strike by Learman.
Let's see if he can.
Love to see it from this kid.
Go 3 and out and end this game. Nail in the coffin.
And this is where you get a lot of those swings to connect, not, you know, swings to. There we go. Interesting throw there. And Sullivan takes it light, takes it easy.
Game, fellas. What a game! Wow, you know that is awesome. Cadets coming on top, 7-6 to end this one, folks.
Very exciting game there from the Cadets. Very well put together, even. Both good plays by both sides. Yeah. Just like we thought it would be, right? Cadets stay undefeated going into Thursday's game at Cheyenne. And, you know, I bet the Hawks will stay hungry for that one at their own field.
For sure, you know, that's definitely gonna be a good one.
I think something to highlight for this team is the amount of good pitchers the Cadets really have.
Yeah.
With that, we'll go to a commercial break, and then we'll be right back with some interviews by our own Lydia Flowers. See you in a bit.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about personal finance. The first topic we're going to talk about is budgeting, right? Fun stuff. So when we talk about budgeting, what would we do with our first paycheck? How about you, Tadra?
Save.
Interesting.
Save all day.
Okay.
All I do is save.
Okay, looking for something a little different.
SAVE.
Okay, just like what we talked about.
I save everything.
Hey, Will. Use my razor? No. Really? No. Micah? No, man, not me. So nobody touched my razor? Hair just got here all by itself? What's up, man? Alright.
And welcome back from that commercial break. That was a lot of action there. Very exciting game. Great plays on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. We really had it all. I think we'll have some instant replays for you guys here in a second. It's really awesome, right? Like, this is such a great game. To see Sam Brennan, one of my closer friends, one of my closest friends get to start. Like, that's great. It's really something you love to see.
Yep. A lot to highlight from this game as well. And, I mean, it wasn't just the Cadets, right? Jansen Roberts from the Cheyenne Mountain Hawks, very impressive. Yeah. 2 home runs, some amazing grabs on defense at third base. Just a grab, a tag out, moves it over to first. Unfortunately, doesn't get the out there. But, a lot to say about Jansen Roberts, number 5, the Cheyenne Mountain Hawks. And, he'll be back in full force on Thursday. When the Cadets travel to Cheyenne Mountain to play.
For sure. And, you can tell that, the Hawks are not pleased with that outing. During a commercial break, we saw them running bases just a little bit, not bases, just doing some sprints as per their coach's request, I'm assuming. It's obvious they'll be back. They'll be hungry for the next outing.
Indeed. These are 2 of the best teams in the PPAC, 2 of the best teams in Colorado 5A baseball. It was amazing to see them play. A lot of good pitching, especially from the Kadet side. Javin Esslinger from the Cheyenne Mountain Hawks, their number 1 ace. Not too impressive here, but he will also look to bounce back at Cheyenne on Thursday, as well as some of the Cheyenne relief pitchers, very impressive as well. Saw good things from them, and I'm sure the coaching staff is impressed with just how they performed down the stretch.
At the end of the day, when 2 undefeated teams clash, someone's got to walk away. With the L.
And the Cadets happen to walk away by 1 run per your prediction.
Yep.
Not an 11-10 game like you predicted, but Cadets still win by 1.
Close enough. We'll take it.
I would say Esslinger, not your 4 strikeouts that we said, not 6 innings. I mean, as we saw, and kind of. Maybe we can readjust our expectations for next game that we stream. That's a lot of pitches in 6 innings that you'll have to down.
Yeah.
And it's tough to do. You can see that they get tired out on the mound, especially the starters. With so much intensity coming out the gate. Those relief pitchers, you need them. And 6 innings is a lot to pitch. So
yeah, that's a lot for anybody. And here in a second, we're going to go down to our very own Lydia Flowers. She's been doing a great job for us all game, keeping us informed with insights from the dugouts and what the coach's thoughts are. So grab her here
Cadets are
in
going
1 second.
to snap a quick picture after their win, probably for their very, very popular Instagram account, AHS Baseball. Definitely go give that a follow to see the most recent updates from their games, wins, losses, ties, whatever it may be. This is a great team, and you definitely want to check them out.
For sure.
And, just keep up with them. They're a really great group. A lot to harp on between energy. They're all good friends. Obviously, great baseball players as well. You love to see it. Great community.
Yeah. And I don't know how, but somehow I'm sitting here all day. I'm sore. My legs hurt.
Well, just
Hammies.
got practice here in a few minutes after we get these interviews from Lydia Flowers. You have to stand there a little bit longer. But then we got team dinner after that, so really looking forward to it. Got breakfast for dinner from all the AHS Lax parents. Love to see it.
I'm freaking
hungry
pumped.
already. I'm pumped as well.
Pumped. Yeah, this is, things seem to be settling down in the Cadets dugout, kind of picking up, looking to head home. Mountain Hawks still debriefing. Speaking of debriefing, we're going to throw it down there to our very own Lydia Flowers. Lydia, take it away.
I'm here with Sam Stubing and Sam, talk to us a little bit about that big momentum shift right there when you had that huge hit in the middle of the game. Tell us about that.
Well, my teammates did their job. They got on base, put me in a position to be able to succeed, and I was able to get a good pitch and hit it where someone wasn't.
Yeah, I love that. And it was an amazing hit, I think, huge momentum boost. Coach, how do you feel about it?
Nah, it's huge, but we got to go there Thursday, so we told them enjoy it tonight, but forget about it and be ready to go tomorrow. I mean, they'll be hungry for us on Thursday for sure.
Absolutely, and I think that's going to be a great game. This was a huge win for you guys, huge rivalry. Defeated records.
But ultimately, at the end of the season, or at the end of the day, it's not about the record. It's about how we play as a team and how we get ready for playoffs. Because it's not about the record during the regular season. It's how we play in the playoffs.
Absolutely, I love that. Love looking forward to an entire forward. Coach, how does it feel after this? How do you guys move on and continue to practice?
You know, we just told them, like I said, just to kind of forget about this in the morning, but come out tomorrow, be ready to work hard. Cheyenne Mountain is a phenomenal team, and they will be ready for us Thursday, and we got to be ready to go mentally and baseball mind and prep up physically. So we'll be there.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Win.
Thanks.
That's obviously a huge win for the Kadet. Thank you, Luke.
Yep, and
thank you, Lydia.
Lydia, thank you so much. I'm sure you probably could get a little better perspective of, what the message is in the dugout. Obviously, we're going to talk to the coach, but, in those huddles going on there, what was kind of being said?
I think everyone was just super excited. I can tell the team is so connected, and obviously they had such a great game being able to beat Cheyenne Mountain. So I think I can tell the energy here in the dugout is just super positive. Everybody's celebrating and enjoying this big win.
That's absolutely awesome. Well, Lydia, thank you so
Lydia,
much
for your insight.
For getting us that, like Lucas said, getting us that insight. Yeah, it's great. Thank you so much, Lydia.
Thank you, Luke.
Awesome. And
I really love what Coach Whitting, Sam Stubing, said about being humble. It's not about the record. It's about how you perform that day. And then I love what Coach Whitting said about performing that day, and then moving on, forgetting about the win, moving on to Thursday, where he knows that the Cheyenne Mountain team is going to be hungry for a win on Thursday, and the Cadets have to fight to stay undefeated in this PPIC league play.
Yeah, and I mean, when Coach was talking, I kind of reminded me of a Phil Jackson quote. You're only successful in the moment you perform a successful act. So it's gonna be glad to see how they respond Thursday. And with that, folks, that is going to conclude our broadcast of the Airbird baseball game. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. And in case you forgot, I'm Luke McClellan.
I'm Lucas Obringer. Thank you for having us.
Have a
we'll
great
see you
night.
in the next one.